Good evening from George Street in Causeway Bay, where hundreds, perhaps thousands of police have deployed across the city to prevent people gathering for the annual Tiananmen Massacre vigil. Now we're going to speak to Po Ying, who is the wife of long-hair Leung Kwok-hung and an activist in her own right. She is one of the few, I suppose, who is marking the Tiananmen Massacre this evening. Monsieur, why did you come out today?
Oh, it's MSD, the lead of Social Democrat, have every many years have been here to set up a street booth to distribute the leaflet and also the candle to the people who want to participate in the candle vigil. So this year we just do the same thing as usual.
Well, many of your party colleagues and your husband are in prison, some of them because of last year at the vigil. Have you any concern? There's a lot of police behind you right now.
Yeah, sure. That's one thing we should keep in mind, that the presence of the police is to let us feel free, and so we don't let them do that job. We should be overcome the fear and then do our work and do the thing we think is right. Yeah, just like us today, because every year we go to do the same thing. So today we should do the same thing.
Do you feel prepared if they take action with you today? And have they said anything to you already?
No, I think because there is a street booth, and then this is a pedestrian area, so we have every right to stay here to do our job. And before we set up the booth, and they have negotiated with us. For instance, the location, the exact location of the street booth, and we try to cooperate with them, because our goal is to distribute the candle, and also we want to let the Hong Kong people to see our presence in here, and let them know that we should be do the same thing, because we have every right to take part in the to commemorate the June 4 massacres victims. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. Good luck. Be safe.
Okay. Bye bye.
As you can see, a number of police right behind the booth here for the League of Social Democrats. Many of Ying's party colleagues, of course, are in prison behind bars awaiting trial. Her husband, one of them. Some of them on charges relating to the unlawful assembly exactly a year ago, when people clambered over the barricades in Victoria Park to mark, as they have done for decades, the 1989 Tiananmen Massacre, where the military cracked down on a pro-democracy student and worker movement. Here we can see the cover of the state-run Wenwai Po. There was a brief period of press freedom 32 years ago, and even journalists from the likes of China Daily were joining the student movement. And here we have some of the electronic candles and posters that people are giving away, and in fact some real the first candle I think you might see today. Who knows if it will be the last. And you can hear some of the protest songs that normally would be blasting over speakers, and the huge infrastructure they put in place, the Alliance in Victoria Park. Nothing of the sort this year. If you saw our stream earlier in the afternoon, police have effectively surrounded the park. They have locked it down. We've seen press releases showing maps that the football fields, which are normally filled with perhaps hundreds of thousands of people, have been locked down completely tonight. We've got another reporter at the other end of the park, and we have someone in Mongkok, because it's not to say that there won't be some kinds of commemorations going on today. On this spot yesterday, some artists were doing some kind of street and performance art to mark the crackdown. We see another commotion here. Let's flip the camera. Police are setting up a cordon. I think we heard some brief pro-democracy chants there. Pretty tense. There's been calls. We've seen a few people come out today. And generally, police have moved people on. There's a lot of international media around too. Sort of a moving cordon here with media in tow. So things a little bit tense outside exit E of the MTR in Causeway Bay. Behind me is Victoria Park itself, pretty much on lockdown. They seem to be moving the cordon now to the exit. Who knows if they're going to actually shut down exit E. But actually, it seems the police might be leaving this area or going into the station. Yeah, some people have arrived with electronic candles here. It's one older gentleman holding an electronic candle that seems to be the center of this kerfuffle. Better pushing and shoving now, kicking off. Well, I'm going to back off because we don't want to be contributing to that escalating scene.
Police pretended to be the press, so they get angry.
All right. And I'm just being ushered around because it looks like they're setting up a cordon. Well, police seem to regain control over there, so we're going to walk down to the park briefly and maybe come back up. Well, I'd say a quarter of people are dressed in black, but this is where most of the action seems to be at the moment. A couple of people struggling, trying to commemorate, I guess, the 89 Tiananmen Massacre. We have got someone giving out copies of the Epoch's Times, another fixture. Normally, a lot of the pro-democracy groups would be lined around this street and around the park fundraising. The Alliance has already said that this is a big hit for them in terms of funding, as they won't be able to get any income. But its days could be numbered, as we see a lot of debate over some of their founding slogans and principles of ending one-party rule and democratizing China. In fact, Chow Hang-tung, who is now the vice chair of the Alliance, was arrested this morning on the grounds of allegedly promoting the vigil tonight in Victoria Park. We'll have to see during the court case to what social media posts they were referring to. Nevertheless, completely calm now in what would normally be shoulder to shoulder coming down George Street towards Victoria Park. We have a photographer in the car park just behind the park who is going to take a photo of those empty fields we're used to seeing over 3 decades. The iconic pitches filled with maybe 100,000 people oftentimes. But as we went down this afternoon, we saw the barricades and lots of police and police vans had been set up. There are 7 masses going on in different churches, 7 or 8. It seems they and other smaller events like those street booths, including some by district councillors, have been allowed to continue. But there has also been a lot of stop and search going on. Let's flip the camera again as we shift over into the Victoria Park area. Are you going for a walk? Victoria Park?
Yeah.
Would you normally go to the park for the vigil?
But we can't go inside anyway. But
Okay.
just
Are you-
walk around and maybe light the candle.
You have some in your bag?
Nothing.
Are you worried about the police tonight? There's a lot of police.
Nothing can worry about. They are insane. Yeah.
Okay, good luck, be safe.
You too. Good luck.
Just speaking to a young lady there, and it seems a lot of the people around me actually are intent on at least having a walk. And lo and behold, we have Grandma Wong, who internationally is somewhat of a persistent face of the movement, regularly arrested, to be honest, and disappeared in the mainland in detention, it seemed, for many months. Over the weekend, she was arrested for unlawful assembly, although she was on her own, looking to mark the Tiananmen vigil. I'll keep my voice down a bit.
Heard them. So yeah, we must remember them.
Yeah, what's your name and how old are you?
I'm 65 years old. At 1989, I was 60. I was 33 years old at that time. I remember that day very clear up now because I watched the television. I saw the terrible thing on the Tiananmen Square. It made me always upset
And that's why you are here tonight?
Yeah, tonight.
And since...
A lot of people remember me. Yes, today is a very, very dangerous day. But anyway, I must come here. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
What's the similarity between like what happened right now to June 4th? Any echo at all?
Pardon? Pardon?
Any echo between what happened right now to June 4th?
Now it's difficult for us. Before 2 years ago, we can come here freedom. We can come here.
婆婆，你麻煩你行過少少啊，冇問俾你坐啊，你行過呢邊啊，係啦，呢度 call 醒嚟㗎。
Miss Wong here, well-known activist, after being detained over the weekend, is
Hello. Thank you. Nice to see you. Nice to see
你
you.
埋嗰邊啊，埋嗰邊啦，坐啊，俾你嗰邊啊，俾你。
Nice to see you. 唔係呢度。
得嗰邊。
要去嗰邊。
係啊，呢邊。係啊，係啦，行一邊啦，呢邊啊，我阻住人過馬路得㗎啦嚇。
嚟呢度。
係啊。
點解冇人嘅？以前好多人㗎，阿 Sir，以前好多人㗎，點解而家冇人嘅？
Mrs. Wong, you were arrested over the weekend for an alleged unlawful assembly of one person.
Yeah.
About the police this evening or arrested?
Yeah, I think that perhaps it is possible I will be arrested again. Yeah, anyway, I must come here. I must. Yeah, today is a very big day to remember the June 4th, the student before 32 years ago.
Do you come every year, and what do you think of the police deployment today?
I could not come here every year because basically the past 55 years I live outside Hong Kong basically. But anyway, today I think that it's about 6 times I come to remember the June 4. Yeah, but I need to come here. Yeah, perhaps I will be arrested again, but I must come here to remember Liu Xiaobo, the very famous Nobel Prize Peace winner, Liu Xiaobo. He is a very important person at June 4 that day, and also for us it's very important. I like Liu Xiaobo very much. Yeah.
Thank you. There's Mrs. Wong paying tribute to the Nobel winner Liu Xiaobo and saying she's prepared, if not somewhat concerned, about the police presence and possibly being arrested today. You can see police are quite ready to deploy some of their flags, warning people about unlawful assembly or even the national security law. That's what those purple banners mean. We've even seen the water cannon truck deployed. Not deployed, or rather, it's roaming around. In fact, we last saw it on Twitter where it seemed to be stuck in traffic because police are also stopping vehicles and have created roadblocks in the Cross Harbour Tunnel. So a lot of traffic this evening too. People wearing black and yellow masks. Some seem to be making a point of just passing through or nearby the park, but the only gathering tonight is many hundreds, at least here, of police. Oh, a Dozens gathered here, just at what would be the normal entrance. See, I think this gentleman is from the artist collective formerly known as Green Wave, that was shut down. His name escapes me. Another gentleman here just holding a single candle. And there we have it, the completely empty, illuminated football pitches surrounded by hundreds of police this afternoon. Reportedly 7,000 across the city. We'll wrap up here briefly and maybe come back a bit later for the as we return to Causeway Bay, but that's it for now. Just outside the football pitches where normally hundreds of thousands perhaps would be gathered for the Tiananmen Massacre vigil.